Truth Entertainment Films and AAA Productions presents the AAA Podcast. We're aware, alive, and about it. We're here to cover all topics, no holds barred, from politics to sports. We've got you covered. No topic is off limits. No issue is too hot. This is the AAA Podcast.
Yeah.
I remember when No Limit was falling off, but they were still making decent songs, but nobody was trying to hear them. They had that song, Hootie Hoo! And then they came with the 504 Boys. Now let me see you wobble wobble. Ooh, shake it, shake it.
Shake it.
And I'm like, that song is hot. Why they not feeling P no more?
People like that song.
You know,
But that was
they
like
lost their two hardest artists like, kind of back to back.
You said what, Reggie?
Because they was in the process of losing their two best artists at one
Snoop
time.
and
They was losing Mystical and Mr. Snoop still had a banger album with them right after that, but after that, he was gone.
Welcome. This is AAA Podcast. I am Jay Harris, aka Black V. That is D80, aka the man behind 80 grams, but we'll get into that at another time. And that is Godless Reggie, aka Reggie Knowles, aka BKA. Just that nigga that don't give a fuck and will argue with you because he got time today. What's up, brothers? My brothers from another mother, man. I appreciate y'all both, man. Both intelligible, knowledgeable dudes. Both willing to die on the hill sometimes to make a point. But at the same time, because sometimes come back the next episode and be like, yo, that motherfucker was right. So
everybody is a critic, everybody's a pro, but then later on, sometimes we find out something different.
But both of y'all in our other realm still owe Neon Dion an apology, and I'm more so pointing at who this guy up in this corner here.
Listen,
yeah, Reggie, point at him.
Yeah,
Reggie.
Listen.
No, that's what I'm pointing at. I'm thinking
from the beginning. I have always said I wanted Dion to succeed. I said last year, listen, this is what I said. I said last year, by him winning the 4 games, he had a lot to prove.
To learn.
I said, if this season,
y'all said he didn't want to recruit.
This season, I did say he went about his recruiting wrong, and I still think that he could probably tweak that a little bit, right? He does have 2 of the top 5 best players in college. That's a fact, right? I still think the meat and potatoes part of his team.
But wait. Hold on, Reggie.
But hold on. I'm gonna say what I said.
Did he have the 2 best players in college football when he was at Jackson State?
Yes.
That's not a Jamar question.
Oh.
I don't. No.
Exactly. Okay.
No.
Okay. So all of a sudden, he's all this.
I see what you're doing.
Right?
No, he was all that at Jackson State too.
Why was he all that at Jackson State?
Because they was winning.
Well, Jackson State was like what? Under 500, I believe, maybe even near 500 the second year there. And then the third year is when he won. No,
they started off the gate decent at Jackson State.
I thought they was Jackson State. I thought he was like what 7 and 8 or something like that.
No, they balled out the gate. You got to remember, he was still at that point
because Travis Hunter wasn't there the first year. He wasn't there the first year.
Right.
So I'm talking about the
you
time
want me to
that he
pull
was
it up?
Yeah, the time that he was there.
I also said that if he won 8 games this year, that would be a great accomplishment for him, and that would be a turnaround. I said his job, he would be going up.
That's not a compliment.
He can't go nowhere but up.
That is not saying what you said. That's not what you said last year, and that's not what you said the year before that.
Wait. I'm gonna take it for Reggie.
What I did say.
Reggie said
the year before that, I didn't say nothing.
He didn't say nothing. He said last season he had Deion winning like 7 or 8 games. Everybody overshot their record last season.
You guys killed this Negro
for his mistakes that he rightfully made. You can't get mad at us for
rightfully mistakes that he rightfully made. How do you rightfully make a mistake?
Because he
no. I critiqued him about the off the field shit more than anything.
That's what I'm trying to. Oh my gosh. Okay, so listen.
That was my problem with him. It was a circus at one point, and you can't deny that. It was.
It's not about denying kind of circus. It's about you recognizing the hate that you have for this man and kind of backing.
We're not gonna answer no hate. There was no hate. There was
I'm not even talking about you. I already pointed to the person.
I'm saying he had to do better.
Well, go ahead.
I didn't hate him. I didn't hate on him. I said he needed to do better. I said for all that talking and shit that him and his kids was doing, they need to produce on the field. So what I said is he already turned the program around a little bit last year because from the season before they gave him the job, he won more games. I said this season he needed to win at least 8 games. I also said the best thing that ever happened to Deion, this is the best thing that ever happened to Deion. No. This is the best thing that happened to Deion. Him not getting that Florida State job. That's the best fucking thing that ever happened to him. Because right now, if he would have had that Florida State job, he would have got fired.
No, he wouldn't have.
Yes, he would have.
No, he would have.
Yes, he would have.
All right, I was riding with you, and everything you said was factual because even last year you had him 7 to 6 games last season.
And well, listen, because I asked you guys at the beginning of the season, I wanted that prediction, and I wanted it for a reason. Because first off, Jamar, you are a hater of Deion, and you know it. You know it. You've been a hater for a while. It's okay. I get it. Ever since the whole Florida State thing, I get it. It's okay. He said he wasn't qualified, and kind of looking back at his credentials at that time, you're right. So who said hate is never not justified? Okay.
What did I say? What was my predictions for the season?
I don't know. I remember.
8 to 9 games.
You might have said that.
I said the Big 12 is weak.
We'll go back in the tape and look.
I was wrong about that.
Oh my God!
But I did say 8. I thought he would win 8. Let him ride his horse,
Reggie, let him ride his horse. Let him get it out of the system.
No. But the issue that we talked about was offensive line and defensive line.
And the offensive line still sucks.
Oh gosh. Okay, to a degree, yeah. Okay, but no, but they've given Shedeur, like he's been sacked a lot less this season, and it's not because he's holding on to the ball longer. It's not. It's because they have a better system of him. Well, I shouldn't say system. I don't know what the fuck you call it, but whatever that 5-step drop that he's doing, he's got reads and then he's boom. He's got reads and then he's boom, and it's working. But the point I'm trying to get at is you guys harped on the offensive line and the defensive line. You guys killed this dude and murdered him and raked him over the coals episode after episode after episode. To the point where I didn't even want to come on after they lost because I didn't want to hear y'all mouths about it. That's how bad it was. Okay? So I just want you guys to one day just admit, well, especially this guy more so than this guy. Man, you know what I'm saying? Shit. And just admit it. That's it.
Admit what?
Listen, they have turned around. They are significantly better this year than last year, especially their skill position players. Their offensive line is better. It's not significantly better. It's better. Their defensive line is better. They look good. They probably will win 8 or 9 games.
And Deion's still doing his quote-unquote antics.
No, they calmed down. They calmed down and got a lot more discipline.
No, he's chilling. He's chilling, bro.
He's got way better this season.
I got proof that they're not chilling at all. They have not changed. The only thing that's changed is the publicity that this ESPN and Fox have given Colorado. And that's
cool too.
Well, no. I'm not saying it's not cool. I'm just saying why. That you guys think it's not happening. But I follow them motherfuckers every day. It's happening. That shit
but
is
you
happening.
biased then because you saying you
I am not
you see what I'm saying?
What I'm trying to tell y'all
you
is the fact that give the brother a chance. That's all I've ever said.
D80. How many sacks does Colorado have this season?
I've been said that he's doing a good
line?
job. I've been said he deserves more chances.
Oh, you're
talking about the offensive line. I don't even know, but I know it's a lot less than last year.
You're right. For the end of the season, last season compared to this season, at the end of the season last year, they had 52. You know how many you got this year?
How many?
31. That's still a fucking lot. The offensive line is still below average. When they played against an actual decent defensive line,
this Saturday it happened. They'll be playing Kansas.
Nebraska. They haven't played a good defensive line since Nebraska.
They'll be playing against Kansas, which also I predicted Kansas was going to win, but y'all want to talk about that.
Listen, I'm not going to listen. Actually, I'm going to pick Colorado.
Well, listen, this time I don't know because I'm torn. If Kansas wear the black uniforms, Deion's losing. If they don't wear the black uniforms, they might win.
I respect that.
What's Colorado record right now? What's their record right now? 8-2? 7-2?
It was 7-2.
I'll put it to you like this. If Deion can pull off 10 games, let's say he could do that.
Is a bowl okay?
He gonna be in line for a serious job next season. I will say that. Whether if he takes that job or not, that's gonna be on him. But he will be in line for one. I would probably bail if I was him, and the reason why I would probably bail is because he does have
sports right off the rip.
Listen, no, hear me out. He got some good recruits. I just seen today the recruit that he just got that committed to him. He got some recruits. But
Julian Lewis.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard
who Georgia dropped out of the race from because he was asking for too much money and his dad making him a diva. And same thing with USC. And USC was like, okay, fuck this. We see what's going on. This bullshit. And then they sat there and gave the other kid a scholarship. And then Julian Lewis was like, okay, fuck y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and decommit now. I'm gonna just commit to Colorado. There's more context to the story of what was going on. And Julian Lewis has a lot of baggage background. Not as bad as old boy that's at Nebraska last season. He kept changing his mind, and his dad kept making him switch schools. But Julian Lewis is another one of those kids who has a lot of baggage and background to it. I do feel and hope that Deion Sanders, of all people, is the person who can come and rein that in and put that in check, because his dad's going to have to come there and realize, like, this ain't Lincoln Riley. This is not what's the old boy coach for Georgia?
Kirby Smart.
Kirby Smart. Coach Prime knows how to talk to another brother to sit to say, yo, we not doing it.
Wait a minute, Joe. Y'all don't think that tough times is coming for Colorado next season?
Oh yeah.
If I'm him and I get the right offer, I'm gone about that.
No, he got a point to prove right now. We're trying to stick it out at least another 2 years.
You ain't finding two more players like that. You're not in Colorado, not where you can't even charm nobody to come there like that.
All right, well, as we got a little bit
in the news.
In the news. So as we go ahead, and I'm so used to the other podcasts and then having the intros for it and everything like that. As we jump into in the news, and we have, since we haven't been on except for the other episode,
breaking news.
We late to it, but fuck it. Donald Trump wins the election. Some of us are surprised. A lot of us really aren't, especially the way he ended. We spoke on this, and we'll be dropping that episode next week. Probably next week. Next Friday, we'll drop it. Donald Trump wins overwhelming popular vote and electoral vote. So you know what? I'm not a sore loser. I didn't vote for him, and I didn't vote for Kamala. So at the same time, let them do what they do. It's gonna be what it is. We survived the first 4 years. Let's see what happens these next 4.
I hope he dies in office.
Oh my God!
Man, I mean, we'll see.
We'll see. But if nobody's got nothing else to say to that, then the next thing, Matt Gaetz stepped down as attorney in a running for confirmation for attorney general because of the sexual. Well, they're fucking around with underage girl, 17-year-old girl allegations, among other things. Not just that. They try to focus on.
But he said that wasn't it though.
Well, he of course he gonna say that, but there was other things of him paying for prostitutes and some other stuff that also caught him.
He's saying that wasn't it though.
What would it?
That's the world's oldest professor.
Yeah. What did he say it was? It was a distraction. I'm sorry. It was too much of a distraction for the Trump bullshit. Whatever. Trump knows how to handle discussions. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Bro, what happened is you thought you was going to sit there and handle it and get away sly and your party was going to ride for you. You had a very few still left hardcore Republicans that stuck to their morals and code. It was, or better yet, remembered how you stonewalled them in the games you and Marjorie Taylor played when y'all was senators and would hold shit up and everything else and try to bully people because you had Trump's backing. And so they remember that shit and they knew that you had this going on. My whole thing is this: if it's bullshit and a bipartisan group came to it, why y'all going out of the way to hide?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. And I'm not caping for Matt Gaetz. I could care less. I'm really being honest when I say that. But I'm going to just give you a different view to a degree.
Okay.
So the House and Ethics Committee, right? Mm-hmm. When the allegations came out about the young girl that he was with, they investigated, they investigated him. Okay. And during that investigation, no charges, and it wasn't because of the girl. Again, this is if they find the evidence, then they're going to charge him. So they did not charge him.
FBI didn't charge him.
They didn't charge him. Okay.
It's not the committee. The FBI didn't charge him.
From what I understand, the committee didn't. They investigated him, and there was no charges after the investigation, because once you investigate, you either charge or you don't. There were no charges.
The FBI investigated him first, and they didn't press charges. Then the committee, they forced the committee to run a thing, and then when the committee came up, that's how they got to the point where we're at now.
No, that's not the committee I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Okay, this is a couple years ago. This is
right.
my apologies. I'm talking about then, and because that was my issue, is that back when he was, because he's already been in the Senate for a minute.
Right.
I'm talking about back in the day when he first got confirmed. He was not charged. Like, this stuff was brought up, but he was not charged with it. Mm-hmm. Now, okay, what came out yesterday, and I'm not laughing. Like,
you talking about the leak report?
Yeah, was that even back then he kept doing it.
Are you serious?
That's what came out, and I'm thinking like again, men are men, women are women. You do whatever you do. I'm not judging or whatever. But if you know that they're gonna investigate you and they've been investigating you, why? And my thought is kind of like what I don't know if you just said it or Reggie just said it, but I guess he figured that Trump was gonna step in and boom, like, okay, you shut that down, we good. And if he's thinking that, I would be thinking it too, because he's the president.
Well, my thing with all of this is like, I'm never going to try to ride for P3DO in no kind of way, and I'm never going to try to defend nobody for nothing they did. I don't know if he did it. If he did do it, he's a foul individual, but it don't matter. And the reason why is because deep down inside, he has to feel, and other people have to feel like, well, Trump is doing this. He's a convicted felon. So how am I guilty of whatever I did? If he can do this, I can do that. So
that's dangerous too.
That's dangerous, yeah.
It is dangerous, but that's the reality of it. There are still citizens of the United States that cannot even vote because they are convicted felons. But you mean to tell me that you can be the leader of the quote unquote free world? Come on now. That don't even make sense.
So before we jump to the next one, I'm going to add on to what Reggie said. I think ignorance begets or allows for other ignorance to take place. I'm sorry. I look at this picture and I don't want to fall into this stereotype thing of stereotyping people. But when I see this picture, Matt Gaetz more so, even though I don't trust JD Vance, Matt Gaetz more so than JD Vance just looks like a bro, like a shady ass character. He looks like a shady ass like bro. There's nothing about this man when I look at this picture that says like he's honest. Like if he was an insurance salesman, I would feel like he's coming to rip me off. Like if this dude was selling Avon products, I feel like somehow, some way he's shaving money off the top. There's nothing about if his daughter sold fucking Girl Scout cookies, I feel like this nigga is still ripping me off. Like there's nothing.
He looks like a Fox News host.
Yeah.
Look at his belt buckle.
Bro, come on, man. There's nothing about this dude that says, like, trust me. JD Vance at least has that look like I'm good enough to fake it, even though we got the words of him speaking and acting differently compared to the tone that he's speaking now. Yeah. This dude just screams scumbag, and he screams even worse scumbag than a motherfucking governor of Florida.
Ooh.
So, next up, we got this guy who was picked to be the defense secretary, Hegseth. And this little tattoo on his chest right here is why we're having issues with starting to catch issues with the whole confirmation thing, because I guess this is rumored to be a very racist tattoo on his chest.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but
it could be the thing, the cross that the Nazi soldiers, the German soldiers.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
The other tattoo speaks just as loud. The American flag tattoo with the, I don't know if that's an M16 or
it looks like an M16,
AK-47. It just speaks to a lot of Americans' ideology. And that shows me that's what he thinks. So that's enough right there, you know.
Oh, and another thing that fucks him up too. I'm sorry, because he got two things going on wrong with him. He also got accused of sexual assault that he settled. He settled for and made her sign an NDA. Now that she's come out and spoke out now, even with the NDA in process, that
but with NDAs, you cannot do illegal acts and still have an NDA. Like you can't, like it doesn't work that way, man.
Right.
Wait a minute. What define an NDA?
Non-disclosure agreement. It's an agreement.
So like when they reach a settlement with you, go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
No, you're good. Well, it's an agreement that both parties. It's kind of like almost like a silencer. Like they agreed to not talk about whatever some kind of payment was. But to be honest with you, it only prohibits like certain things that you can't say. It doesn't stop you from talking about the situation. Does that make sense? Like it's certain things you just can't say.
Yeah. I get that. But what I'm thinking of is a situation, and I don't know if I spoke to Jamar about it, but I don't know if I've ever spoke to you personally about the R. Kelly situation. And the Aaliyah situation. Have I ever talked to you about that?
Yeah. You shed some light on that a while back. Yeah.
So I figured out why we never really heard a lot about that. But I do vividly remember riding in the car with my mom one day, and I remember hearing on the radio that she had got married. I remember that, and then all of a sudden, it's like it just completely disappeared. Well, come to find out, that her family still to this day owns the executive rights to his first 3 albums, R. Kelly.
They reached a settlement and signed an NDA. That's why they got what they got, and that's why they wasn't allowed to talk or fight against all the claims. They called assholes, and they got to sit there and suck it up because of that NDA. So that's why they got to sit there and endure when everybody called them scum and everything else. What they allowed their daughter to do. They can't speak out, tell their truth or anything else because of the NDA.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, but you make a deal with the devil, and this is kind of what happened. For some reason, for Pete Hegseth, I can't remember. is what we just talked about. Is he 2017 also? For freaking the hell fuck was his name? The untrustworthy looking motherfucker we just talked about.
Matt Gaetz.
Matt Gaetz. I think his was 2017 too.
Wow.
Anyways, 2017 was a fucked up year, and Trump sure knows how to pick him. Hey, sometimes when you value loyalty over everything, you get a lot of crazy motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about what you say, how you do, what you do, how you move. As long as they stay loyal to you, accept them, and don't realize these motherfuckers come with baggage and flaws and fucked up shit they own. But it doesn't surprise me because the guy who got accused of sexual assault is comfortable dealing with also the same other male individuals who we call accused of sexual assault or rape or fucking around with underage girls or lying or stealing, different things like that. Yo, I told y'all before, we can't make this shit up if we wanted to. And you can't make up this tattoo right here even if you wanted to. And they're trying to say it's more of a Christian thing, but they're saying what you talk about Nazis were Christians. It still was used and put on by a whole bunch of people that believe in hate and whatnot of other races and whatnot as a symbol. So I don't give a fuck. You trying to tell me that there's no racism in Christianity? Fuck out of here.
There's racism in everything. And now that I'm like, to me, when people say that, that's old news. I've been through that. I'm starting to learn more about other religions and see how the racism works in those and shit. Like, I'm just now finding out. Well, not just not finding out, but I'm thoroughly starting to understand the racism in Islam. And I know for a fact that a lot of black people have ran to Islam because of what you just said. They're like, oh, okay, this isn't for us. This is from the white man. Boop. You get right there and you a raisin head slave. I know y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but that's some whole other shit. Or you a Bilal. I know y'all may or may not know what that is either, but Bilal was a slave, a black slave. And he was the Prophet Muhammad's right-hand doger. When shit got rough, he went and got Bilal. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy because they look at it like, they look at Bilal with honor. They're like, oh, well, they freed him. Well, fuck all that. They freed him. He was a slave. What about that part? You know?
Well, I mean, you still have, and I don't want to say still, but at the turn of history, you have Arabic traders, Islamic traders coming through Africa, enslaving the Africans and also giving them their religion. And then you have them fighting against other Africans who have the same religion, but because they look at you as less, it's still racism within the Islamic faith, man. So Arabic Islam and African Islam, and I'm just only saying that to identify two different, in a sense, races is what we call it. But you understand what I'm trying to say.
Prejudice,
distinguish the two groups. There's prejudice between that, and it's crazy because they serve the same God. You know,
and guess what else? Once you really start learning about Islam and stuff like that, they serve the same God as Christians, and they serve the same God as Jews. It's the same thing. They listen. They believe almost every story in the Bible. The only thing they don't really believe is they just don't believe that Jesus was the Son of God. They believe he was a prophet. But another difference is they believe Adam was a prophet. I'm like, how the fuck was he a prophet?
Like,
they believe everybody.
I think somebody said something about there were people before Adam and Eve. Somebody was trying to claim. I heard something about that or whatever case.
Lilith.
Yeah. So, bro, that's a whole nother podcast and a whole
that's another story.
That's a whole nother special for to dive in and research on. And let's not get 80 grams involved again. Oh God!
But listen, there's a lot of bottom line. There's a lot of racism in Islam. A lot, a whole lot.
Next up,
it's a book called The 10th Parallel, man, and it identifies a lot of that. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Next up, we got Whack 100 claims, yells out, screams, and warns Gunna that he has his not the footage of him signing and doing whatever case with his plea deal, but when he actually got arrested, he was interrogating. The footage says Gunna is on there singing more than a mockingbird.
I mean, so what? I mean, that's common knowledge that Gunna did what he did. It's whole anyway. I just wish that people would just stop this tough guy act all the fucking time. Like, why do we idolize people just for being so tough and there's no snitching shit? Because that's not real. That's not real.
Listen, people locked up because some nigga on the street snitch.
Right, and then when you go to jail and be locked up, tell one fucking secret, have one piece of weed or something like that. Everybody and their mama knowing the whole fucking pot because motherfuckers be running their mouth. So I really don't understand it. Who cares? We all know that he did that shit. So it's old to me.
Well, something. First off, I gotta admit, I'm not fully knowing who Wack 100 is fully. So when I saw this, it kind of reminded me of like, and Jamar knows what I mean. Like when Uncle Larry was staying with us back when we were younger, and he just be, he'd get on his, I call it his little preaching kick, telling us, what we need to be doing and not doing and all that other stuff. And it just kind of seemed like an old head who was just kind of like trying to pick at this guy. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, why are you on your? I don't know if it's a podcast, it's a phone, or whatever.
Podcast and that what's the phone app thing, Reggie? All the people jump on there and they be talking or whatever case. It's like the phone app. I can't think of what it is. You know what I'm talking about, Reggie? Mm-mm. It became popular.
Discord or something like that.
No, it was the one shit they try to make it like it was popping. It came out like about 2 years now, but I can't think of the name of it. But that's how much I gave a fuck about it. But all them folks, it's almost like the old school way of telephone where everybody all in this chat where they all talking.
Three-way? WhatsApp you talking about?
No, it's worse than that. Remember, I used to, the old school people. I never did it, but like a whole bunch of people could be on the phone. Random people, they call this number. They jump in and it's a whole bunch of different chats.
Oh, party line?
Yeah, like a party line. But it's through an app.
Basically.
And it's through an app, and the only way you can get invited if you know somebody that knows somebody. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead, bro.
No, well, so I go on TikTok, which, ever since Reggie didn't open my eyes up to the world, everything is TikTok now. And
that's the shit.
Man, I'm telling you, like I feel like I'm so enlightened I can glow in the dark. Like, so I look at Wack, and I see that he's talking about another person who was involved in the Young Thug trial, which is
Woody.
Yeah.
Woody be taking me.
Yeah, and so I see that him and Wack have this clash. And he's like, who is Wack 100? Like, who are you? Like, why you this? And I'm thinking, like, okay, so why is he clashing all these Atlanta people when I don't think he's even from Atlanta? Like, I think he's from like a whole different, like, fucking
from Compton.
Wack is from, he ain't even from Compton. He from, not Inglewood. It's a whole nother, Pacoima, California. He's not even from Compton or from the hood. He's from Pacoima. He blew up off of being Ray J manager. He used to run behind Suge Knight, and he used to be Ray J manager. Now he's the game manager, and he's Blueface's manager.
Oh, oof. Okay, that explains a lot. Okay, so I was very curious as to like why, what are his motives, and I think I get it. And I don't want to say it like that because I know everybody does it to a degree, but I think relevancy is a drug. Relevancy is an addiction, and relevancy gets you to do things and say things that probably you really don't mean, but you need to do it because you need to get your name popping, you need to get your show popping, you need to get stuff going like it's supposed to be going. And I kind of feel that him picking with these people is how he gets that going, like how he gets the energy. Like if you watch the video, Reggie, you should see how excited he was just to sit up there and say, I got something on you. I got something on you. Oh my gosh. Oh my, like he was genuinely happy. Like he's about to just nut in his coffee right there. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so like, what the fuck is that? Like,
so like some of his interviews, I never like watched like his whole interviews, but some of them I fuck with because it's like informative. But to your point, I agree. He's kind of like
he's addicted to the fame.
Yeah, I mean, he has a podcast and he has a channel, like, you know what I'm saying? He has people that come on there and do interviews and shit, but he's like a gangster Suge Knight version of Charlemagne the God. You know what I'm saying? And I think that sometimes he go a little bit too far. I don't know what his beef is with, him per se, besides the snitching stuff, or like you said, the Atlanta shit. But I think it's probably because I'm just guessing. Because he's from California, a lot of cats from California that really that's real gangbangers, especially with the Bloods and shit. Pyru, really.
Oh, he a real Pyru.
That's what I'm saying. They don't like seeing cats from like Atlanta and shit talk about their Bloods because they don't.
But they'll protect them for the right price, though. That's the crazy
will protect them. They will protect them for the right price if you check in on all that shit. But they don't look at them as one of their fellow gang members, because number one, they not Bloods, they Pyrus. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? And number two, you ain't from out there, so they ain't gonna respect you. You learned it from watching TV.
Wow.
Okay. Anybody, anything else they want to add to that before I go to the next one? All right. Kendrick Lamar drop, baby. Woo!
Oh, shit. Man.
Yeah.
I listened to this. I thought we was gonna pod at 8, so I thought
you had more time.
Yeah, but I listened to maybe 6 tracks so far, and I'll tell you this, man. He's on a level right now, and I think I don't want to compare him to Pac because I don't want to hear Reggie's mouth, but I think he even took Pac's flow from that
yeah, he did. He took Pac's flow like a lot of Pac beats off on that album.
Yeah, but okay, so when he disses Drake, he catches this flow, this kind of flow that you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
and to me,
he jumps into that.
Yeah, he's extending that, like he's in that whatever that groove is. Yeah. This album is all that, and I'm just like you motherfucker. Like it's eclectically, it takes you back to some Good Kid, Mad City, and I'm not saying it's compared to that.
Right.
But it's some parts that melodically take you back to Good Kid, Mad City.
It feels more raw. It feels more raw, Kendrick, but with a purpose. Yeah. It's with a point to prove, a point to make.
Yeah, and I can't compare it to any of his other albums because I haven't heard the whole thing yet.
Like anything we heard of him.
But yeah, but I just so far, man, it's man, he got my attention, and I hate that shit.
Reggie, did you listen to anything, Reggie?
No. So look, when I was at work, when I first seen the group text that y'all said that he dropped, I looked on. I got the title app. It wasn't on there yet, right?
Oh,
you just spoke on it. I looked on my phone again. It's on there. So when we get off of here, I'm gonna go ahead and listen to it. But I ain't heard none of it yet. I have seen shit online, people saying that some of the stuff that he was saying, and
he did Wayne.
Right, he did Wayne.
Did Snoop.
Yeah, I heard about that too, but I don't understand why. I don't know nothing.
He did Snoop because when Drake dropped that Tailor-Made freestyle. Snoop reposted that song.
Yeah.
Like reposted on the social media.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I would have
felt that was before the West Coast came together though.
Yeah.
So
I still would have been pissed. I would have been pissed too. I'd have like, dude, you from my city, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would have felt some way. But honestly though, if I know Kendrick Lamar probably feels like a lot of people are not really picking on him, but a lot of people are like, I can't think of the right word, mistreating him. And I would feel like that too. Because, first of all, y'all was so mad when he got that Super Bowl shit. Nobody was happy for him. nobody was really happy for. Everybody looked at it like Wayne lost or got ripped off or robbed or something. Now we see Wayne performing, looking crazy. Looking crazy.
As much as I love that Hot Boy reunion, I was watching Wayne. It was like, bro, this is like watching an uncle that just got clean, or the uncle that's struggling between clean sobriety.
It was that bad?
It was dope. It was dope, but it was Wayne felt and looked like struggle.
Yeah, he is struggling, and I seen him perform since then too. He got like this
long
town,
it was
and
dope.
like this blue outfit on. He just like, and I'm just like,
he's a performer. He don't get me wrong. I'm sure if he was sober, he'd probably be a dope as fuck performer if he could keep his shit together.
But he's stuck in performer at one point. So he was dope, man.
He burnt out though. Like like drugs bring the best out of you at one point, and then after so long they just
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Fucks you up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Prime example. You just said it. Rick James. At one point, cocaine had him being on the top of the world, but that same drug brought him all the way down. And Wayne, that's what it is, bro. You should have been got off drugs years ago. Whitney Houston.
Man, that's a good point. That's scary.
All right, cats got to learn to leave drugs alone. Like, it's better being sober. I'm here to tell you, it's better being sober.
Shout out to Crispy32, aka my cousin. No, keep doing your thing with the tattoos. Cuzzo, if you still watching, send me the address. Text the address or post, comment with the address, and I'll send you a shout out to your shop. So those people know to go. That's in your area to know go get a tattoo. So shout out, post your address, and I'll shout that out. Make sure we show some love to the shop. Crispy32, my cousin Delvin.
You know who else needs to get sober real bad, real quick too? Kodak Black, bruh.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness, my G. You gotta leave that shit alone. You gotta leave that shit alone. And we know that you take perks and fake perks. You're gonna get Creed one day, and they're gonna give you some shit, and you're gonna OD and die, bruh. That shit ain't cool. Yeah. That shit ain't cool or cute. I just
NJ, that's what I was talking about, like Whitney Houston and that hurt that man.
That shit,
yeah. So you're right. It did take him up, but the same momentum brought him back down, man. It's hard to see that, and I kind of feel the same about Pimp C to a degree. Yeah, but that's something that people don't really talk about, so I don't really.
Just a different drug. Well, kind of coke. He's still sniffing coke.
He was coke. He was coke. He was a cokehead.
Yeah, he was speedballing.
People on coke be like, "Yo, I'm on coke. I'm not on that cheap ass crack shit." They think they're better than the next drug addict. They're doing high power shit, and they're like, "Yo, coke." They still view coke as a rich people drug. And let me go ahead and shout this out.
And drinking that syrup with it don't make it no better because you bring yourself up and down, up and down, up and down. Right.
Shout out at Serenity Inc. _tattoos 3616 Market Street, Youngstown, Ohio. Again, if you're looking from on social media, it's at Serenity Inc. All one word _tattoos, and that's on 3616 Market Street, Youngstown, Ohio. So if you and you need your tattoos done,
Southside Brady for life.
Yeah, Southside Braves for life. Yeah, he was a Brave. That's right. But shout out to my cousin Delvin, man, at Serenity Inc. _tattoos 3616 Market Street, Youngstown, Ohio. You on the south side. So if you on the south side and you need some ink work done, want to get somebody to come in and correct a lot of stuff that got done wrong by these other fake ass tattoo artists, go check my cuz out. He the truth, man. He been drawing on jeans, drawing on paper, and everything since we was little kids, and he's done nothing but be better at it and be amazing at it. So shout out to my cousin. Keep doing it, family. We love you. Shout out to Too Sweet too.
Shout out to NJ. I see you. Thank you for stopping by.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, she was on point, man. NJ's always on point.
Right.
All right. So with that being said, as we jump off of Kendrick, because we still got a couple things to jump into for the main thing. What I will say is this: I listened to this album, and like my brother said, he kind of found this pocket where he's in right now. He got this attitude, and he's using this energy like they against me, and I ride it for my people. and he's using that momentum, kind of like when Pac went to the West Coast and he found that energy for them embracing him, and everybody kind of rolled behind him no matter what he did. And it felt like when I come with this aggression, in a sense of a way, they kind of support and push me. And he's found that pocket where the West Coast is like, bro, whatever you say and you do, we with you. We riding with you. We don't give a damn. And he's riding it right now. And when you listen to this album, what I've learned and my brother Reggie can tell me different. My brother knows what I'm talking about, though. There are artists you listen to, and you listen to it, you pay attention to the words, but not that much. But you listen to the flow, you listen to the songs, you're like, yo, that's dope, that's whatever case. Then there's artists like Pac, artists like Nas, and even Jay-Z, where it's what they're saying matters just as much as what the beat is or anything else. But you listen to them more or less paying attention to the lyrics that they're spitting compared to actually listening to, like, the beat matters to you, but not as much as the bar, not even just from a bar standpoint, but the content, what they're giving. And Kendrick is one of those artists that has captivated and made people want to pay attention to what the hell they're saying as much as who they're talking about, what they're talking about. And that's what makes him dope. And his Grand National album, because that's what it is, Grand National, GNX.
My favorite car.
Yeah. And so, yo, shout to him. He riding this high horse and he taking his momentum. He got a chance to introduce some of his artists on there and do what a lot of critics said he wouldn't do, was put some of these other West Coast artists on. Hey, NJ, go ahead and read that for NJ.
Reggie. I didn't know anything about West until Tupac went there, and being a Jersey girl, I was mad he went. I mean, I agree with you. I didn't really listen to it too much neither before that. I didn't really listen. I mean, the other way around. It was the other way around. I really didn't listen to East Coast music.
East Coast.
Yeah, okay. I didn't really listen.
I was the West Coast. My bro,
most young people are West Coast, so I was shocked you said that. Okay.
I started listening to East Coast when I got older.
Yeah, my bro would tell you I was West Coast out. Yeah. Ooh, you couldn't tell, bro, back then. You can tell me nothing about no damn Corrupt. Like, Corrupt had no flaws in my life. No flaws until the.
But he's from Philadelphia, though.
I know, but he was on that West Coast shit, and I loved it. I was like, yo, the Dog Food album was still one of the best albums. Doggy Style still one of the best albums in my eyes. Bro, I went and bought the single and the tape for Domino. I was a West Coast nigga. You could Spice One, America, cause Most Wanted album was still one of my favorite West Coast albums.
That was the
shit. I love E40, nigga. Like, I just love the West Coast.
These are facts.
I matured in hip hop enough to understand the impact. And Biggie, I'm not gonna lie, as much as I was a Pac fan, Biggie made me appreciate the East Coast. Now, don't get me wrong, I will agree with anybody. Life After Death got a whole bunch of questionable ass bars on that album.
You look so good. I cycle you.
Oh no, that's Ready to Die.
Don't you know my nigga got to fucking kidnap kids, fuck them in the ass, throw them over the bridge? That's how it is. No, fuck that B shit. That shit is played, yo.
But Jamardo, listen to this. You know, Mr. C was his like right hand man, and Mr. C is really like that.
I listen. I know enough to understand that in that world, there's levels to that shit, with different things that they play on in their own thing. I don't want to go deep dive to try to understand it. I just know that it's different. And Mr. C was on some different shit. Might have been even some more different shit than what Biggie might have been on.
Yeah. But it was other monsters out east though. It was other monsters out east though. I will have to admit, and I'm gonna tell you one that was a beast back in the day. Besides, obviously Nas. Obviously, you know, Nas is up there. I would say lyrically, Nas is better than Biggie Smalls. I tell people that any day of the week. But you know who was cold back in the day? And one album I really respected, even being a West Coast fan, that motherfucking Redman Muddy Waters was fire. Fire. When I first heard that shit, I said, damn, that shit was sweet.
Yeah, it was.
AZ was nice too. For sure, for sure.
All those are my favorites.
Yeah,
man.
AZ was nice. Wu-Tang was nice for sure. Method Man was nice for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But I wasn't
my father were Method Man.
I didn't like Jay-Z till I was like an adult. Because I didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about.
No, I've been on Jigga my whole life. Just about, man, like when he came out, you couldn't tell me nothing. Like he just spoke a language I understood well, man. Like he just was on it. And the fact that he had Big and AZ in his first video, that's what got my attention. Because in my lifetime, when he was on that boat fast rapping, I thought that shit was whack. But when he came back with Dead Presidents, I was like, oh, this is rap.
I just thought that Nas was just so much better than him. That's what I thought back in the day. He still is to me better than him, but just not so much better. I think he's just more lyrical.
I want to get money like Cosby. Jay-Z was like, who wouldn't? And with that kind of talk, it probably makes me think you ain't got no pudding. I was like, that's the hardest thing I ever heard in 1996. I'm sorry.
To me, Jay-Z, this is a controversial thing I'm going to say. Jay-Z's sweetest album. Well, not his best. Not his best. That's a lie.
I still think his best album is
that's a lie. That's a lie. What I was about to say. But I still think that Volume 1 is better than Reasonable Doubt.
No. I think the Blueprint is his best work overall, period, point blank. At least for me. But I was late to the party with Jay-Z. I think the Blueprint was like when Jay-Z peaked.
Volume 3.
I think
it's his best one.
The Blueprint is when he peaked, and then I think the Blueprint 2 had moments sprinkled in there. But when you talk about a complete body of work peaking, like flawless victory, the Blueprint was like his Machiavelli. In my opinion, the Blueprint was his Machiavelli. The Black guy.
I don't even think Machiavelli was Tupac's best work.
But I'll sit there and say it wasn't his best work, but it was his peak of creativity. The way he went about it, the way that he put it together, the way that he kept it all within that formula of his theme.
I don't even know if Machiavelli would have came out in that same order, in that same album, in all the same songs if he would have lived. I don't know.
It probably wouldn't have, but the way that he pieced it together, the way that he kept the theme, because it was like it was a theme and a sound, and that theme and that sound was so different than what was going on in music at that time.
That's Me Against the World. What are you talking about?
No, I can agree with you and sit there and say that that's a phenomenal album.
I'm not trying to get Reggie. I'm not letting Reggie off the hook, so you can do whatever you're gonna say. But I ain't forgot what he just said.
Okay. So I'm not arguing with you to sit there and say either one is. I'm not saying either one is better than the other. It's not about better. I'm just saying from a creativity standpoint. For me personally, from a creativity standpoint,
that's still saying it's better.
No, I'm not. You can be more creative on this project. This project is still better. It's just like AT-Aliens to me. Creative.
But if you're more creative, wouldn't it be better? I mean,
no,
that's
because sometimes it's just a better product. You can sometimes be creative and try different shit, but this shit is just the shit. Like T.I., to me, T.I., what's the album with that's the is it Dope Boy Fresh on? What is it? I'm the King, that album.
It's Urban Legend.
Urban Legend is like my fave, and there's other ones that he was better in, but for some reason he hit his stride on that album. To me. And then he got creatively better. It's like Outkast with AT-Aliens, but then you compare AT-Aliens, which I feel was their best album because sonically, as a whole, it all fit. But there's other albums, a lot of other people are going to go and say, like, yo, this album was better, and I'm okay with that. Equipment, yeah. But for AT-Aliens, it was like the whole album just fit together.
So you even like the album when they had no drum snare on the shit. You listen to that shit? No, you don't listen to that shit. Don't lie. You don't listen to that shit.
Wait a minute though. The T.I. album where he's saying "I'm the king," I'm pretty sure that was King. I'm pretty sure that was King.
No, he's talking about the intro, not
the intro.
Not
he sampled the Run DMC.
Yeah, that's Urban Legend. That's not.
You sure?
King. Yes, look it up. Just Google it. Why you talking?
I don't feel like it. I'm high. Why don't you do it?
Yo, that shit right there, it's just like, listen, maybe it's a period of time and a point in my life. It could be factoring into that. But like, that's why the Blueprint, I was never a big Jay-Z fan. I had respect for him. But when I heard the Blueprint, and I heard Volume 1, and Volume 1 was cool, but when you heard the Blueprint, it was just different. It felt like this is going to, like Machiavelli did, it felt like this is about to take hip-hop to a different level. It felt like.
Are you just talking about the dissing?
No, just the beat selection.
Because if you're talking about like the diss record, okay, yeah, I give you that because that's what took Blueprint, in my opinion, over the top. Is because he dissed Nas.
But added to it, but the beat selection, because the way him and Just Blaze and Kanye just came in so different from a sound sonically, the way they came in with an approach, because
it was just different.
Because you got to remember, the Blueprint introduced what Cameron and the rest of them came in and jumped in and ran with.
I mean, I'm not saying that it didn't. I'm not saying it didn't.
I think the Blueprint was rushed.
Yeah, I don't think that was his best work, man. I'm sorry. I just don't.
You still think Reasonable Doubt is better than the Blueprint?
Yes.
Yes,
100,000%.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I say it is. It is.
I'm sorry, man. I know he probably. Well,
I'm not gonna argue with Jay-Z fans over this. That's
he said you can catch I'm so deep in the game, you can catch a freeze off my kneecap. Can you believe that? Like who says stuff like that? Like I don't know. I don't know how else to put. Like he just. I spit lines as vintage. I know it's a lot of big money in my sentence. Like he just was able to the stuff that he flowed, Jamar. Please just go back and listen to the album, man. Like sip something, listen to the shit, and you tell me what this dude was on in 1995. You tell me, and then you go back.
I can't hate on it. I'm just like, I listened to The Ruler's Back was dope. I can skip Girls. Oh,
really? Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Oh, see, that's where you messed up. So again, you're not skipping anything on Reasonable Doubt.
No, what I'm saying me personally. I'm not saying that's a whack song.
I know it's not a whack song, but I'm just saying.
It's not a whack song. Like if I'm sitting there, that's still a hot song to me. But I'm sitting there saying, if like I'm picking and choosing and being picky off of this album, like The Ruler's Back is the first song. Takeover is number 2. H to the Izzo is number 3. Girls is 4. Jigga, that nigga Jigga is number 5.
I like that song.
You I like that song. Is number 6.
The boy got more 6s than first grade. That's the only line in that record.
Yeah. You don't know. Hola Ovito is number 7. Heart of the City is 8.
Those
Never Changed is number 9. The song, like come on, bro, it's better.
Hola Ovito does not get me excited.
All I need
does not get me excited. That was I yawned on that record.
Oh, bro, that's you. Renegade is 12. Blueprint.
Renegade was fire.
That's right.
Breathe Easy is 14, and then whatever the fuck is 15 with this girls.
You're right. The name of it, the intro, the first song is The King on Urban Legend.
Yeah. Bro, that's a classic. You call both of them classic albums.
That's his best album.
No, it's not.
Blueprint is his best album.
No, it is not.
Oh no.
Bro, if we go through Reasonable Doubt, it's like half of the songs majority for you, and you make as a hip hop head, love it, and I get it. It's just majority of the songs in that album, niggas is not remembering the time throughout history.
How would you know?
Volume 2 and Volume 3 are both better than
if I name them right now, probably me and Reggie probably gonna be like, okay, What song was
No, you don't know the work. You already admitted that. It wasn't your brand or your speed. But I'm telling you, it was both of them, and I've been a Jay-Z fan just about my whole life, not off and on, not new. And I'm telling you, that's his best work, and he knows that. It's just a fact. It's just how it is, man.
It's just his raw's work. Just like, if we get on Nas, me and you are going to start arguing, D80, about that. I do not think that Nas' first album is better than his second one either. I don't think so. Is it fire? Absolutely. But I don't think it's better than the second album.
Bro, Can't Knock the Hustle, dope. Brooklyn Finest, dope.
Hold up,
Feeling It was like,
no, don't tell me what Feeling It was when you wasn't listening to Feeling It.
I listen to the song now, and I ain't feeling it now, nigga.
I
listen to the song now, I ain't feeling it now, nigga.
I ain't
feeling it now, nigga.
I like it.
You trying to do revisionist history. Feeling It was fucking raw. That song was hot as fuck. I'm sorry. You play that thing on a high street.
My favorite part of that song,
favorite
part, he was like, what did he say? He was like, how you feeling? He was like, maintaining.
How you feeling, dog? Maintaining? Doing a bunch of shit y'all niggas ain't in?
After I heard that, I was saying that shit for like 6 months
cool.
straight.
Wow, whatever. It's your take. It's your take. My
Hold
take.
up. Wait. We still ain't done. Reggie, y'all ain't gonna try to do me like that. First off, okay. Now going back to
We've had this debate. We had this debate before.
Wait, I'm gonna go back to your first one. Going back to Jay-Z's first work. I'm serious. It's hard to say that Blueprint was his best work when I understand that you lost a battle to a record on that album. You fucking lost. And when you lose, you don't win. So he lost. So you can ace it and Izzo me to fucking death. I don't care. He lost. You think anything on his other albums lost? No. And he ain't lost since. But on Blueprint, he took an L. Didn't take any L on any other records or albums except for that one. The only thing about Blueprint that I like that nobody seems to understand is when Jay-Z actually tried to talk about like these people dissing him, he was like, you knew before records, never disrespected me. Now that I'm successful, y'all pull this shit. Like he was bearing out his soul as far as, dealing with success in the industry and having haters all of a sudden.
That's dope. That's real.
To me, it just wasn't his best work. I'm sorry, man. I think reasonable doubt to me.
It's a collective of some of his top songs.
Reasonable Doubt to me was better, and it was just more raw.
I can respect it.
And you got Biggie on it with Brooklyn's Finest. Like, I mean, oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Bro, it's that song go hard. What do you want me to do? But if we were to compare the entire track listing and say which is better songs and just listen to them, Blueprint has better songs. Jay-Z might have had they have individual better songs on Reasonable Doubt here, there. But the Blueprint as a collective body of work is better.
Mary J.
What about Volume 3 though? Listen, that got the most bangers on it though.
I'll pull up Volume 3. You want me to pull up Volume 3?
Yeah. Well, while you do that, I'm gonna go back to Reggie's other comment about the whole Nas thing. Now, okay, so I did acquiesce
got
to
you
that.
on that one.
Yeah, I already said I just said I acquiesced. Like I already acquiesced on that when going back to It Was Written and just listening to it over and over again and thinking about the time that it came out and the reaction of the people and just what the momentum that it had. I have to give you that, man. Like, I mean, there is no song like If I Ruled the World on Illmatic, and it just because the album wasn't like that. It wasn't meant to be an inspiration. It wasn't meant. It was just meant to tell you a story.
What did you say was Nas' best album, bro?
For me?
Well, no, he was saying It Was Written was better than Illmatic.
It Was Written with is
the second one.
That one Dr. Dre helped on too? No.
Well, yeah, Dre did I think two track. No, he did two.
Oh, I do like It Was Written as my favorite Nas album.
Yeah, he did Nas Is Coming.
Oh, that album by Nas?
Yeah, he did The Firm.
Yeah.
Affirmative Action.
Yeah, bro. That Reggie, you might be on to something right there. God, Nas Is Coming.
You know why I think it's like that? Why I think it's better? I mean, I think that Nas on his second album was a real artist at that point. You know what I'm saying? His first album, he could just spit. You know what I'm saying? I think he worked on his craft, and
I think he understood that. He understood that it was a business on the second album, but I also think that he got more. He felt more comfortable and free. Like there was a growth. I think Illmatic was just like, but we hear that a lot from artists, don't we? We're like the first album is raw, and then they go through the transition period where it's like, yo, you can either get sucked in too much trying to go commercial, or you can find that happy balance on your second album. And I felt like on that album, Nas found an amazing balance on that second album.
Yeah, I admit. We can talk about something else now.
Yo, so as we jump into it, we're gonna run through this real quick because we didn't already been on it too long. But Travis Hunter, Travis Hunter, predicted as a top player in this year's NFL draft. And you know what? As much as it pains me because he should have been at Florida State. Thank you fucking very much, Deion. But I can't argue with that. He's a two-way star. He's an all-star on any side of the field. He kind of reminds me of and my bro gonna know what I'm talking about. But if I had to compare to a player that I got to see in person, that was an all-star on both sides of the field, just for me and my personal experience of growing up in life and playing sports, competing against somebody. Anthony Floyd. Mm-hmm. He was an all-star at safety or cornerback. He was an all-star on offense. And this guy is like Anthony Floyd on fucking steroids. Mm-hmm. Smaller, but faster, quicker. And I live or die with that. Like, yo, this kid's phenomenal. And he's the guy that you see when you play. If you're on his team and you play against him. For me, Anthony Floyd my bro was my witness. Playing against Anthony, I was like, if I want to be good, I need to challenge him. I need to go against him. Bull in the ring. What the fuck was the game? Nutcracker.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, I used to love Nutcracker. I wanted to go against Anthony. My bro will tell you. Like, and so, but and I didn't understand it then. Call it jealousy, call it ignorance, call it just like, yo.
Yeah, I didn't call it that.
For me. I'm saying for me. I don't know what other people can call it.
No, I didn't call it that. I thought you thought he was soft, so you went at it.
I did, but then challenging him and then coming back and realizing like, yo, this dude wasn't soft. He was talented. It's so weird. He was my rival and we were whatever case, but at the same time, when we would play games or we would go do the shit with Pops when he had that Greater Cup Youngstown thing. And when all his jobs and stuff was competing against other companies in the area of track and field stuff.
Yeah, like, I remember that.
We be playing football, like tossing football, and Anthony and Antoine was like, y'all on our squad. So we show up, they be grabbing me and my bro to be on their squad, and we be running through dudes.
Yeah, I played with Antoine.
Yeah. So, like,
and
it
Breon,
was, and Anthony, bro, you played with some legends. But learning that shit, and Anthony was always cool and always supportive. And even through high school, and his dad used to be like, yo, his dad used to tell our dad, y'all need to get them to Cheney. Don't sit on the Rand, get them to Cheney. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Tiger till I die. I take it with full pride. I love it. My dream was made it to Rand. My dream was to make it to Fitch because I feel
Gladiator school.
Bro, I wanted to go to Austintown Fitch so bad. You put me in Austintown Fitch playing tailback with people that want to be on the line, with the white boys that love to want to block and love playing tackle and guard instead of your tackle and guard coming in there with more wristbands than Deion Sanders and more fly and wearing these all fancy stuff and stuff. Bro, and there's no I love all the dudes I play with, bro, but that's just the reality of it. Like, I was like, yo, you put me with them, with dudes that want to play the position, I'll be dope. I'll never, ever in my life ever regret getting to play with Joe Love. Never ever get to grow up and compete against John Figg or get to compete against Todd Graham or get to compete against Ty Pfeiffer.
Shouts out to Fife.
Tone Fife. You know what I'm saying? I got in high school, got to play against some dope dudes, but my dream was not to be a Tiger at first. And I won't lie to y'all. Like, I was like, let me go to Fitch. The sad part about it, if I'd have went to Fitch, I'd have been complete and competing my senior year for playing time was correct. Because he went his freshman year, my senior year. So shout out to Reese.
You know what people didn't convince me of? You know what people didn't convince me of, and I believe it now, because now that I think back, I just didn't look at it like that. Because, you know, when we look at sports, we're always looking about who scored the most, right? As the best player, right? The sweetest football player I've ever seen is definitely Joe Love.
Sure. Joe Love is one of the most, bro, he been like that since we was in Little League. Bro, we hated. If he was on our side, bro, tell him. We hated that dude.
Yeah, I needed help. Like I couldn't block Joe Love for shit. Like I was stepping on Chris Hill's foot.
Me and Sam Pete was like, bro, you gotta play tackle this time. I was like, no.
His senior year, they might have won 2 games. How many games y'all win y'all senior year?
Like 1 game my senior year.
How many motherfucking sacks he have?
Joe Love made honorable mention for all state.
Damn.
And he was just.
I can see it. He wasn't no joke, man.
He wasn't no joke. And don't give me shot. Right. Shout out to Brandon Smith. He's about the closest you can get to a Joe Love, but Joe Love was just Youngstown Rand failed Joe Love because he was an extremely talented individual. And bro, he left with Akron for a semester, maybe 2. Came back after the football season. This motherfucker was like, walked in. I was like, oh my God, like what they do to you? And they had him play. Bro, true story. And Squire Cross will back me up on this. Me, Squire, Joe Love, and was it Justino? Might have been Justino. It might have just been us. I think it was just us 3. Made all county. Right? So we go to the practices and everything. So at all county, it was like fucking not Canfield. It was out there past where Mom and Pop stay at, past there. One Struthers way or the other way. It was
Gerard.
Not Gerard. It was something else, some other bullshit. So the coaches got to be the head coaches for the All-Star game for our side, right? They seen Joe Love and they seen Joe Love run. Now, mind you, me and Squire done played with this motherfucker like 4 years. They see how fast Joe Love was. They try to put him at wide receiver. Hey, me and Squire looking like, wait.
Like that nigga ain't no wide receiver.
He ain't no wide receiver, bro. No coordination, no hand thing. And they was like, oh my gosh, why are you so fast? But they was so amazed because it was like us and a couple of dudes from Wilson, whatever case, but like we was like
Are you talking about Poland? Are you talking about Poland?
No, it wasn't Poland. I'm gonna think of it in a minute. I'll tell you. But it was out there. It's like Gerard. Might have been Gerard. No, it wasn't Gerard, because Gerard is on the east side, still east side, ain't it?
Yeah.
This is out past Warren. So this is like Canfield.
No. Gerard is next to Liberty. It's on the left-hand side of Belmont.
This is next to Warren.
You're right.
This is next to Warren. So this is like past Warren, actually.
Howland.
It might have been Howland. It went Canfield.
You said Champion.
Champion. There you go. Yeah. Champion. That's who it was. Champion.
Oh, wow. Ooh, yeah, you.
Bro, we had to go all the way out there for All-Star practice.
No.
Bro, it's Squire and Joe Love is my witnesses, bro. They try to put Joe Love at Robert. Don't get me wrong. Squire did his thing. Squire is always going to be Squire and one of the other most talented individuals, period. Squire was like, as a hooper, Squire was super uber talented and stuff like that. But that's the year Reggie tell you about they did the whole thing our senior year, especially the whole hating on having braids and shit like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was black coaches too, bro. That's the sad part about it.
Yeah.
If you have braids, they didn't want you to play on the basketball team.
It's messed up. That should have never been a thing.
Bro, it was people trying to be woke but being ignorant. I think it was.
Yeah, but that, you know what that is? That's very colonial, very good old boyish.
Mm-hmm.
And Reggie, they were trying to kick Reggie off the team, and that nigga had a perm.
Right.
I couldn't imagine Reggie with a perm.
But look, this is my whole point, right? This was my point. This was Squire point, and this is Trav Easterly point, right? Okay, you could say that, But why would you wait till 3 or 4 years after we done been known your motherfucking ass to start being on
with
it?
that bullshit.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's not like I just met you. This is my junior year. You on this? You just sat there and see me go through the struggle. You just see my shit stop way up here. Now my shit down here. And you talking about, bro? Please.
It was wild, bro. It was just
wow.
You know what the sad part about it is? There was many moments in my senior year, junior year, of we was wanting and trying to take stances and like protest shit. There was other things that happened that year that we was like, no, this is bullshit. We don't want to do this. No, we're not agreeing to this. Bro, do you know? Let me tell you how you know what it is. Fucked up Youngstown City Schools is. I think, was it Columbine during that time? It was some other school, either Columbine or some school shooting happened in that 98, 99 year. And somebody made a bomb threat to all Youngstown City schools. They let Boardman and all the other surrounding areas go home. They pulled us all into a gymnasium and told us we all still had to stay and go to class like it was regular. Because they didn't believe nobody was going to make a bomb threat on an inner city black school. Hey, you know the sad part about it? I believe that, but that's still fucked up.
Yeah. Damn.
But anyways, let's rush
that year.
Real quick.
That year right there too, D80. That's when Trav was unstoppable too, bro.
Oh, Trav was ridiculous, bro.
Unstoppable.
Hey, you know how we played with Trav in Little League, right, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Trav was even better at basketball.
Yeah, I never hooped with him. I seen him hoop one time on a court behind Harding, but I never played with him.
No, Trav is my dog.
Listen, we went to state that year too. Listen, we went to state that year, right? We was one game away from going to the fucking state championship game, and because he had braids, Coach House said that you can't play varsity. And freshman and sophomore year, he had been fucking unstoppable at practice. Listen, you put him 4 fucking bumps against Sam Crenshaw, anybody, whoever the fuck, and I'm telling you,
Trav was that dude.
He gonna give you that work. He gonna
there's
no standing from him. I'm telling you. Listen, squandered a possible championship all because you want to be on some fucking bullshit.
Damn. Wow, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. I will 100% agree with Reggie. Like, yo, Trav, if you're gonna talk about one of the most amazing athletes I've ever seen in my life, Trav fits that bill, bro. Like Trav was like when Anthony was the football, Trav was the basketball.
Wow,
absolutely. He had the best crossover I've ever seen, and nobody can stand in front of him. I don't care who you are.
Everybody rolled Larry's nuts. Everybody used to ride. Shout out to Chevis because he's been a cool ass brother and very supportive and anything like that. So shout out to Chevis. But I seen him. I seen Sam. I seen Romel. I seen Larry Scroggins. I seen what's the old boy that came with Romel from Canada?
Greg.
I seen all them dudes, and all them dudes can hoop. Trav was the one.
He was.
So how did I not know Reggie back? Were you from Briar Hill?
Yeah,
I ain't from there. I used to stay out there.
Damn.
Reggie was different back then, man. Reggie was like around, but Reggie was like around. Everybody knew him, but he was low key. He ain't the same Reggie he was back. This Reggie is I need to be up front. That Reggie back then was I was in the mix and everybody knew, respected him, and loved him. But he wasn't up. He wasn't. Let me take the lead and stand in the spot like Reggie.
Yeah, I was in sports and shit like that.
Yeah,
that's how. I mean, I knew. Yeah, that's how I know all them from sports because I know Trav from the Elks, the Walt Autumn, Red Autumn. Yeah. That's how I know him.
Yep.
So, because I stayed right by Evans Field.
Hey, shout out to the down in the valley.
Yeah, salute to the show. Wait, keep moving, y'all. We on this for a minute.
All right, okay. Yo, real quick, Julian Lewis commits to Colorado.
Yeah.
Dion, you got your top prospect. I need you to get quite a few more, bro. You need to build that culture, and I know that he's riding a high right now. because his best player, 2 players, one's a senior, one's a junior, and he also was loaded at wide receiver, although the second best receiver is hurt with the young kids he's got. Again, recruits. Omarion Miller, a recruit. The other kid that they got that's pretty good that plays running back and wide receiver are recruits. Transfer portal is cool. I just need you to respect the process of building talent up. If you do not neglect that, respect that, and keep that path and keep building Prime, your thing, bro, you can't keep living off this portal. Eventually, ask my Florida State right now. What we doing? The portal will kick your ass as much as it will give you a grasp on what's happening. So right now, his best players is happening. Julian Lewis, they'll take a step back. They'll probably win
DJ owes an apology too.
No, they'll probably win 7 games next year, maybe 6, because they'll take a step back. They lose a lot of talent, a lot of key positions, and starting with a freshman quarterback always is a struggle unless this kid comes down and he's Hercules. Hercules.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that Deion is going to get offered a job somewhere. I'm not saying
going nowhere.
I don't know.
He wouldn't do that to that kid.
Pretty sure.
He would not do that.
Not until USC's open. Once USC's open, he's out.
Okay. Y'all keep believing that shit.
I just told you. I told you last year what the play was, and it's playing out. Y'all just don't see it.
Oh,
to me right now, he's in a better position than what he would be in USC.
No, he's not. He's not.
No, all right,
bro.
What we got next?
Really want to be the coach of USC, and you got to play against him. All right.
We gotta go. Breaking news: Bryce Underwood to Michigan, the number 1 player in this year's college football recruiting class. Bryce Underwood, also the number 1 quarterback, who commits to Michigan after earlier in the week saying that wasn't true with all the rumors that everybody was speaking on it about, and try to reaffirm his commitment to LSU. Rumor has it the deal went from $10.5 to $12.5 million over 4 years, and he agreed to commit.
Hold up, was he the dude? Was he the number 2, the one that had an LSU chain on or whatever? Or?
Yeah.
Wow, that's deep.
Another $2 million to change a motherfucker's mind, right?
I guess so. Shit.
I'm glad Michigan got some recruits, because to me, the talent is unproportionately proportioned to Ohio State. Too much. So
it wasn't last year.
True that. So they got them a player. Michigan also lost a lot of players last year and this year.
But did you see that Tom Brady is the one who did this? Did y'all see that? Yeah, he's the one that went down there to talk to this kid to get him to go to Michigan.
Probably slid him a silent $100,000. Here you go.
I don't know, but Sherrod Moore has figured out how to recruit, and it's not him that's doing the recruiting. It's the Michigan alum that's doing the recruiting, and to me, that's the smartest thing he could ever. Man, this is like a godsend to him, because again, he can't recruit these kids, and this is just evidence of that. But I mean, it came out in a good way though, because they got the number 1 quarterback.
Facts. All right, so next up, we got, as we pushing through, Cavs 16. Let's fucking go, baby. I love it. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. I would have loved to beat Boston, but you
can't win every game. I'm gonna let it go.
Not today's NBA.
I said at the beginning of the season that the Boston Celtics really didn't have much competition this year, and they was going to take it all the way. I backtracked that statement. It's going to be hard for Boston to beat them, man. It's going to be hard as fuck for Boston to beat. If Cleveland is 100% healthy, man, they might win it all, man. Bro, they got a chance.
Kenny got, which was an issue last season, he got Darius and Donovan to love each other again. And he took Mobley from going to this young kid up and coming who was waiting for his time to get out of Cleveland to this kid that loves the system and getting a chance to become a star in his own right, where he believes his own potential. He made all these kids believe while giving the bench players their chances to shine.
Yeah.
Bro, these dudes is different. I don't know if it's sustainable over a long period of time because when they cold. When they cold, they cold. But
and Darius Garland hurt.
Yeah, but these kids, they all believe in each other and trust each other. Shout out to Cleveland Cavs, man. These cats is about to do it.
Yeah, but you got Isaac Okoro who's hurt too, and you got Karis LeVert that's hurt. So we kind of banged up right now.
Yeah. If they get other guys to step up, that just really means they're even more dangerous with these kids that they got hurt.
Yeah, but shout out to
their bench. Yes, their bench is dangerous as fuck. I don't know who's more loaded, them or Boston. And I would have to, if I have to pick, I would have to say Cleveland.
Because wait till Max Strus comes back, our 3-point guy.
Yeah,
right. And Cleveland got youth on the side too, like a motherfucker. So,
let's stay in Cleveland. The Browns in the snow somehow pull it off and upset Russell Wilson and them Steelers. And they believe in J-Bo, man. They believe in a.k.a. Crab Legs, a.k.a. Jameis Winston, the FSU great. But
he played terrible last night, though.
Huh?
He played terrible.
Yeah, he did. But somehow he got the winning player, the winning drive, or whatever case, and they love him.
But I say this, y'all, to be honest, man, this is so crazy. Watching that game and watching the snowfall, I'm like, oh man, this looks amazing. It looks like a snow globe. It's a snow globe. They got the fake numbers on the field with the digital, the overlays or whatever. And I'm into this game, man. Reg, I'm telling you, I did not fucking blink, okay? But it did not register to my brain that this snow is actually outside. Like I could go outside, open my window.
Yeah. Until you got up the next morning, you went outside like, shit.
Yep. I was like, oh shit.
Hey, he opened his door about to work and walk outside like, shit.
These are facts, man. I was slipping and sliding because I totally fucking forgot that it snowed. That was funny. But yeah, shout out to the Brownies, though.
Shout out to the Brownies, man. Not my NFL team. I'm an Eagles fan, but hey, listen, shout out to the Brownies. Do your thing, bro. I love to see Ohio win.
Did you see Jameis Winston after the game, y'all?
No.
He was doing snow angels in the snow with the Thursday Night Football cast. Like all of them jumped in the snow and was doing snow angels, and they started a snow fight on each other. It was awesome, man.
Oh, that's dope. That's a moment.
Yeah.
For anybody that feel like that Watt got snubbed on the Defensive Player of the Year last year, no, he didn't. And that was
he was fast last night.
Yo, is it time for Aaron Rodgers to call it?
I'll let Reggie handle this one.
Hey, Big Chicken needs to hear this one.
Absolutely.
He in the background. Big Chicken, you over there? Come here, bro.
We
talking about your boy.
To hang up the cleats.
The best quarterback of all time.
He's the most. I ain't gonna say he's the most accurate. He's the best quarterback at not throwing the ball away.
We get our big
the least turnover prone quarterback of all time. I say that. The best regular season turnover unprone quarterback of all time. However the fuck
he the greatest regular season guy of all time.
Nah, Peyton Manning.
That's Dan Marino.
Peyton Manning.
No, Dan Marino. Peyton Manning got 2 championships.
Yeah, but he put up phenomenal numbers in the regular season and the playoffs. He just, I don't know.
No, he has different. 2 Super Bowls, Reggie. You can't do that. You can't really do that. It's Dan Marino.
Aaron Rodgers got 1 though.
Hey, Big Chicken, tell these dudes what you've been saying all season.
Aaron Rodgers hasn't been the truth for a couple years now. The fact that you risked your entire franchise on a guy that had a mediocre mid last year with the Packers, without his number 1 pick, it just shown that you basically sacrificed everything for nothing. You gained nothing, you lost everything. You lost the head coach, you lost your number 1 draft pick because Aaron couldn't train him because Aaron's not a good trainer. AKA, he doesn't like teaching the young. It just shown that the entire time you wasted it on an experiment that didn't work. But instead of just addressing it like you guys didn't let it work, you let everything surround Aaron be. You went and got his number one receiver for his years, didn't work. You got rid of your coach, put another one in who schemed everything differently, didn't work. And when it was all said and done, you got rid of your GM. And you guys still can't win after that. It's truly that the Jets are just a failed organization no matter what. You can't, there's nothing else around it.
Can Rex Ryan bring him back?
I don't think no one can save him right now. They got to kill the whole thing out. The whole thing got to go.
Tear it down.
Yep, tear it down. And starting with him, if you was going to do that, if you was going to bet the franchise on him like that, the only thing that you could have did that would have made that make sense is load him up with weapons at every position. At that age,
you got to pay everybody else.
I mean,
they got weapons, don't they?
Yeah, they got weapons.
Not no serious.
Breece Hall is no joke. Last time I checked,
receivers.
Garrett Wilson is no joke. Last time I checked.
Yeah, he's not. So why would you go waste all that on Devontae Adams if you got Garrett Wilson and with Adams, Lazar?
The thing is, it's not the team. It's him.
It's him.
That's what I was trying to get at. Like, they have a team. They have a squad. I think he's the issue. I don't think the team's the issue.
It's not that, he was there every single off-season training, teaching every receiver how to do everything. He wasn't there at all. He didn't appear. He only showed up when it was mandatory. If it was anything not mandatory, he's not Tom Brady. He doesn't care about the team. He cares about what he feels. He's not Tom Brady where he took a pay cut and now everybody's around him getting better and better. He's training everybody to be better. He's Aaron Rodgers. He's going to do whatever he wants in that forest, come back and then throw okay balls and everybody's going to think he's the GOAT. He's not. He's not Tom. He can't train a team to be the best. It's what
time
it
to
is.
hang it up.
Where did he go? All right, so
I don't know.
the 80
It's definitely time
disappeared.
for
He'll
him
be
to hang
back.
it up.
All right, let's go to the last thing, which is the main topic. Reg. D80's back. That's cool, bro. NYC on many platforms blames the South for the decline, for the state that hip hop is in now. How it was so when it was on what's Math Hoffa's podcast. You know what I'm talking about, Reggie? Math Hoffa. He's got the shop. I think it's a shop podcast or whatever.
Okay.
I think it's a shop. They were on there and they were trying to blame, but they blame. I think it was Funk Flex came out of somebody else and they were talking about this. It was DJ. What the fuck is his name? Hot 97. Ebro. It was Ebro. And they were talking about the decline of hip hop.
Oh gosh.
That it's at now. And they were putting it more. Ebro didn't put it on the South. But when they talked about on Math Hoffa's thing, they try to blame a lot of it on the South, except for one guy said that it's not on this all on the South's fault, but that flashy. Let me talk about record sales. Let me talk about what I got and you don't got. Started with Bad Boy. Instead.
Neither situation is true. You can't blame the South because at the same time, one can easily say, and be honest that if it wasn't for the South, rap would have been dead a long time ago. East Coast rap primarily is boring. It's boring.
Okay.
It's boring.
Reggie, I want to disagree with you and agree with you at the same time. I think the trend of to how we got to where we're at, where rap feels more cookie cutter, more copy and paste, is New York's fault.
It's neither's fault. The reason why rap is down is because all music sales is down. All black music is down.
But why is it down, Reggie? Why is it down? Because the music the music isn't the music anymore.
You can't sell it like you used to no more.
You can't sell it because the art form isn't what it was. The art form wasn't intriguing anymore. The art.
Do you got a CD bookcase? Do you got a CD bookcase?
Yeah.
You got one right now?
No.
That's what I'm saying. You can't sell the shit.
No, what I'm saying to you, Reggie, is like the interest. The interest, because everything is so. I get what you're saying for the sales part, right? What I'm sitting there saying to you is that what I give either side of the argument credit of is this: rap is not what it was, and we see this is something that my brother will tell you. I've been champion for the longest. Like, yo, like cheapen the product and treat it rap like the crack game. It's not even a coke game no more, where the product was of higher value or higher substance, and we treated it like crack. And we let anybody and everybody be a crack dealer on every corner. Every nigga sold it out. And once you get to that point, it cheapens the product so much because it became about you. Everybody sound the same. Use the same producer. And everybody just whatever's the movement at that time, everybody followed. And we excused it because we got taught that we were haters when we called that shit out. We were haters when we was like, yo, this feels so popcorn. This still feels so generic. This doesn't feel original. And we were like, oh, you the old ass nigga. Get off the port. Get off my lawn ass nigga. And we watched the art form die with there. You can't even be, you can bite because hip hop is always, I'm going to say bitten, but stolen from other genres or other artists. But there, you used to steal and try to make it your own. They don't even do that no more. They just like, yo, I'm a steal your flow and feature you on the song, nigga, with your producer. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I believe you both have points, right? But I'm gonna tell you what killed hip hop, and it's not just hip hop that it did this to. It just did more damage in hip hop than it did any other genres. And it sounds weird saying this, but I'm gonna just use terms that everybody understands. And that was the era of ringtone rap and the Motorola two-way pager. When that was when that was introduced to the world of hip hop artists began to make music to cater to devices, and those devices would have that. You know, if you call me, this ringtone would pop up. So if you have a song that's catchy, that's ringtoneable, that was the marketing ploy to get you to sell more music, sell more ringtones, make more money, be on everybody's phone. So in my opinion, it's not about the East, it's not about the West, North, or South. It's about marketing. And when certain aspects of marketing seeped into the culture, it never came out.
Never came out. I can agree with that and feel it's deeper, but I can feel that everything you said is 100% fact. I agree with you. I felt like I watched it, and I watched everything you said come to fruition. And I felt
we all did.
Yeah, we did. And I was like, yo, like it went from like, I don't like T.I. because T.I. sounded like nobody else. I like the T.I. because T.I. was original. But then when you got to that past T.I. point, and there's nothing, not blaming it on T.I., but past T.I. point, when you went to the Franchise Boys, you went to what's D4L, and then you went to, and it was like from that point on, and then everybody started. Future came along doing it too. T-Pain came, and he took an original style, but he made it his own. So I won't knock T-Pain for it. I used to back in the days out of ignorance, but when he brought the auto-tune back, but then I watched Kanye do it. I watched Future do it. And then you started watching all these other artists do it. And you was like, wait a minute. Like, okay, this is not cool no more. Like, what the hell? Right? But then it was like, it sold ringtones, like he said. Then it went from selling ringtones till like it created more interest, more attention, and then the record label started pushing like, we need to sign more like this, more and more. So it started being like yo, we watch. How many of us knew? I knew when I heard Bobby Shmurda, I knew this nigga was a one-hit wonder. When he did Hot Nigga, huh? Yeah, when we heard Hot Nigga, we were like, yo, the way he rapped, the way it sounds, this is a one-hit wonder. But they pushed him so hard, and the masses fell for it because the masses in reality, I love all my people, respect to all of you, but y'all niggas is dummy. That's how they view you, your followers. Whatever is trending, whatever sound hot, you will, whatever we tell you sounds hot. Whatever we constantly pay to play and push on radio, and now, what is it, the new thing they do, playlist? Just put on the playlist, a song become hot, and niggas would be like, yo, I don't remember even hearing this before, but now it's on the most popular playlist. They started telling you what we didn't, and that's what I don't get, and it's a bigger issue, but that's what I don't get about our people. And this election taught me, it made me believe in it more than anything. Y'all believed in so much that y'all let the culture, that you let go of the culture, and they stole it from right up under you and started dictating to you what the fuck the culture was. That's my opinion. Like they pulled the rug right from under us, aka the culture, and started telling us what our culture was, what our culture should sound like, based off of we gonna put it on the playlist. Yo, there's a reason. There's a reason why we look at it and they'll be like, yo, there's certain Drake songs that we be like, it's all right, but it's not all that. But they place it on playlists and put money behind it, and then this song will blow the fuck up, and you be like, yo, what's the song he stole from Old Boy? I like the Cha-Cha, Hotline Bling.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, Hotline Bling was already a hot song, the one Old Boy made, and he just stole it. But y'all let radio tell you that this shit is harder than this shit or better. And so I don't know. And so when I look at Drake saying all this, and I'm gonna get off my high horse, but saying all this, I don't know who Drake pissed off in the music business. But he pissed enough people off that make the decisions to decide that it was his time to go. And when him and Kendrick got into it, they chose a side. And they rather deal with Kendrick Lamar because they know you niggas are, now fuck that, I'm gonna say how I feel. You niggas are you niggas are dance, enjoy that nigga and scream, they not like us and everything else and chant, but you niggas are never actually pay attention to the messaging of it. You'll dance, you'll chant, you'll be screaming, we are free, we are black power, we are all this other shit, but you niggas will never actually listen to it and take action. That's what they fucking do.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
I just think that Drake, he done took that fade, like he done took just such a major fade that he don't know how to redo his career and come back out with something. I mean, he will next year, but for the next couple months, he might as well just chill. I come back first quarter and come out swinging.
Do you move on with the beef, or do you move on from the beef, or do you move on? Period. I mean, what do you do?
If I'm him, I would move on. I start making songs that's catchy to women. If I'm him, that's what he do. Stay in your lane. You're not a tough guy, and you're not a lyricist. You're not a battle rapper. I really don't know why Meek Mills didn't cook you up. I was very disappointed
because Meek Mill really wasn't who we thought he was, or he let the fame go to his head.
But that's how he started, D80, as a battle rapper.
Maybe Philly rappers ain't that tough as we thought.
No, I don't think he's a battle rapper, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, he did lose to Drake, so I have to agree with you as far as that. But man, I don't know. Like Drake, to me, he's not really built to battle with like real lyricists. Because when I think about Drake, I think he can rap. You know what I'm saying? But I don't look at him as the best lyricist. I look at him as a good entertainer. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask y'all a question?
That's a good point.
If we was to put Meek Mill based off bars alone and writing ability and state property, I don't think he's better than Beanie Siegel. I really feel like Freeway gives him a larger. Actually, I feel like PD Crack sounds more entertaining than that nigga.
No, I think
but I feel like he's not better than Beans, and I feel like him and Freeway are on the same par.
Freeway's latest album was actually dope. I'm surprised. But no, to me, saying that is a stretch. Have you heard a lot of Meek Mill's albums? Have you heard of
I did, and I've heard moments, but then I heard I heard Freeway's album.
Championships.
I heard Freeway's albums, and Freeway album got slept on only because Freeway's biggest issue is his voice. Niggas don't want to listen to that voice a whole album through. But if you heard
it in like 3 in the morning,
you heard was it Free at Last? Whatever case was the first album, and whatever case. Like if you hear his albums, everybody like, yo, he got dope albums. I just can't listen to that nigga again and again and again.
See, I've been aware of Meek Mill since he was a kid, so
a lot of potential, man. I don't think Meek Mill is a whack rapper.
I like him better than Beans, but I don't think he's better than Beans.
There you go. I like him better than Beans, but I don't think I know for a fact he's not better than Beans. I feel it in my soul of loving music that my brother said, I like him better than Beans. I don't feel he's a better rapper than Beans.
I do.
I think actually if you was to go just based on rap skills alone, Cassie's a better lyricist than Beans.
Oh yes, that's right. Definitely. Okay. Cassie is a better lyricist than all of them put the fucking game.
He's a battle rapper for sure.
He's a real battle rapper. He's a real battle rapper. And he's had hits in his lifetime and stuff like that. And it doesn't mean, and I say this not to be hating on Meek Mill. I just felt like the algorithm, along with other factors and some hot songs, and nothing to take away from Meek Mill, came a thing. Meek Mill's got the hottest intro probably ever in rap, or at least the first song on the album.
Dreams and Nightmares.
Dreams and Nightmares, right? And you
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I had to ask him, y'all thought it was ready?
You know what I'm saying? But it's no different where he not on purpose, but he placed himself in the same category as the guy who signed him. Rick Ross has got a lot of great moments in hip hop, but if I play it back and you ask me to actually pick who I respect more out of Miami, in the end of time, I'm gonna take Trick Daddy over Ross for what he did for the moment, for what he meant to Miami, for what he did. And if you ask me, actually, Uncle Luke probably over both of them, but what Trick Daddy was in the way that he went. And then you go with Ross and his impact, which was phenomenal. I put him at a tie, at the very minimal, at the most.
Yeah, but he didn't put on no Miami artists.
Dude, Rick Ross came under Trick Daddy.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about Rick Ross didn't put on any
Miami
artists.
That's what you said. Yeah.
Gunplay.
No, Gunplay. He didn't. Man,
come on. Okay, listen, if that's your best argument, you just helped him.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Like he didn't.
But you can't say he didn't do it. You can't say he didn't do it.
No. You know what if I say Trick Daddy, then Rick Ross, that is
Trina, Rick Ross.
Yeah. It's several that he had
Pitbull. Put on. He's responsible for Pitbull getting his jump.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Oh, Trick Daddy. It's because of Trick. It's because of Trick. Because of Trick Daddy.
It's because of Uncle Luke.
Uncle, but Trick Daddy was the first person to give it up to Uncle Luke.
I don't know that story.
So I'm just sitting there saying, like, I get it. It's just like Atlanta. As much as Outkast plays a part, but Atlanta artists hate to say it, but some nigga from Chicago that claims Atlanta is also responsible for your meteoric rise. That's AKA Ludacris. Outkast and Ludacris. Huh?
Ludacris was the shit, man.
Ludacris was the shit. I was hip to him when Timbaland put him on and nobody else knew who he was on Fat Rabbit.
Yeah, I was like, that was my favorite shit.
That was
I ain't like that.
Yeah.
I ain't like it.
You ain't like that? So are you crazy?
I just listened to the bars back then and I was like,
LOVA.
You know what? I really didn't care for that album too much neither.
Are you crazy? Lobster and shrimp?
I ain't like it. I was actually disappointed because I was.
You talking about Luda's first album?
No, he's talking about the Timbaland Presents.
The Timbaland album.
Timbaland Presents album, yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like fire, and it
was fire. What are you talking about? You tripping, man?
It was mid.
Nah,
it was a
lobster and shrimp was
good,
the
but it wasn't
shit.
great. I get you, Reggie. Lobster and
shrimp, man, y'all, man.
Bro, you know me. I was a nigga that went and bought Timberland and Magoo. You know me.
Yeah, me too.
And I walked away.
I was let down.
And for the record, Magoo was not a whack lyricist. He might have said he was not.
Lie.
He was
not. Man.
He was not. He had bars. It might have been bars that only certain niggas would get. But he had bars. He was like the nigga that knew the joke.
Come on, man, stop it.
Meet with your girl on the meet. Go get your girl.
With your girl, CC. I'm shit. You Dale.
Dale.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
Rest in peace to him. He was one of them type brothers. I can't stand neither.
I get the Luciano, black and white keys, lay girls on my piano. Me missing a Timbo remix.
He was a pretender.
Genuine. Oh, it's whatever.
Come on, Genuine and Timbo. Come on, man. Don't be sleeping on Magoo, man. Reggie, don't be a hater all your life. Magoo, I'm not gonna say he was lyricist of the century. But there's a lot of bars he spit that how about this? Lyricists in hip hop would be like, yo, that nigga spit it different, but that nigga was spitting. It was just us when we were used to whatever case. It was like the nigga who knew the inside jokes, and those that whatever case would search it, be like, oh, I got what he said. But there was everybody else like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. That shit sound corny as fuck.
It's him, Silk the Shocker.
Stop.
Afro
Man.
Afro Man.
He's being disrespectful. I bump like Acne. Take honey from a bee. My style is like the safe. I swallowed the master key. Stop it.
Come on, bro.
Stop it. Stop it. We're talking about two different things. Stop it.
Bro, Magoo was on a different level, bro. I'm not saying he master lyricist.
Mag and two O's.
Mag and two O's. Bro, I'm not saying he was the greatest lyricist of all time. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just sitting there saying y'all slept on a lot of bars that Magoo was spitting. They were just over y'all head. They were just over y'all head. Love to love y'all. Yo, all right, listen. I got where's the brand at? I got don't hashtag this, then we can go ahead and end this.
Okay, AAA listeners, it's time for Black V to present Don't Hashtag This. I repeat, don't hashtag this. And now your co-host, Black V.
Yo, don't hashtag this episode. For this episode is going to be don't.
You got Reggie up.
I got Reggie up. You can fix it. How do I
Reggie
flip
up.
it? I'm flipping it. Give me a second.
There we go.
What I do?
You got Reggie up.
Do it again. What you just did.
You got Jamar up.
There we go. Woo. Don't hashtag for this episode is gonna be don't hashtag blame them. I see a lot of our people making a lot of statements out of frustration, out of anger, out of pain, regardless, making a lot of ignorant statements and blaming a lot of Hispanics for Donald Trump winning the election.
Latinos.
A lot of Latinos. And I hear y'all and I understand what the frustration is, but being very ignorant within the standpoint that a lot of men, there were some women, not the majority of black women, not the majority of black men, maybe the majority of Hispanic men, but not the majority of Hispanic women, or not even the majority of white women, but a large portion of white women and other races voted for Kamala. It's just the popular vote spoke based off the fact that these people just didn't feel that what mattered to them, Kamala spoke to, out of ignorance or other different things. But let's not make every time somebody disagrees with you, that is racist. That they don't like you. Let's not make every time somebody sits there and feels like, yo, abortion is not my fucking priority. Guess what? Abortion is a majority of a lot of motherfuckers' priority in this world. You ask a man, that's not at the top of their list of things that they worry about when they wake up and they go out into the fucking world about. I'm sorry. That's not what most dudes is like, yo, I hope my wife can go get an abortion. I hope my girlfriend. And some niggas is probably like, I hope my side bitch can still get an abortion. But other than that,
Republican.
yeah, right. And it's probably mostly Republicans. But still, that's not the case. The reality of it is that whether we like it or not, this dude won, and he won the popular vote. If he'd have lost the popular vote and won the election, I'd be right there with y'all. He won both. That should tell you something. That should tell the Democratic Party something. That a lot of Americans was like, yo, like these last 4 years, even though motherfuckers were still buying boats, still buying houses, still buying cars, still upgrading all their shit, they fell for certain traps or certain beliefs. Even though inflation was higher under Trump than it was under Biden, they fell for a certain thing. That doesn't mean that they're racist. Doesn't mean that they don't like you. Black people, we are the minority. I need y'all to understand, because y'all got so hyped, so believed in the thing of, yo, what we say decides. They need us. Yo, what we do, in whatever case, they can't do nothing without the black vote. Guess what them motherfuckers did? Without you niggas. We are the minority now in this country. The lowest of the lowest when it comes to numbers, to people in this country. So yeah, your vote still matters, but not like it used to, my niggas. And they gonna teach you next election, when they stop targeting you, start typecasting and start targeting more Hispanic voters and starting to get their vote. We have been replaced as the most important minority in this country. By the time y'all realize it, because it's happening. Y'all need to wake up, adjust, and stop letting them trick y'all into voting for this and this. Again, don't blame the Hispanics. Again, don't blame them. Black people, I'm not agreeing with them, but black people are tired of being marginalized on every level. Black people are tired of being marginalized because they're black, they have to vote Democrat. Black people are tired of, just because they're black, they got to vote for the black candidate. I'm not agreeing with whatever case the candidate that they choose. What I'm telling you, the reality is this. We're tired of being pigeonholed and marginalized on every level. Just because you black doesn't mean you have to be Democrat. Just because you black doesn't mean that you need to go back to the old schools of what Martin was and other people before that as Republicans. Black people feel and are starting to feel now that they're finding their own individuality, man. That's just the reality of it. And they want to vote for what they feel represents their best interest, not as just blacks, but as people. The society has made us to start voting based upon what we individually need and less collectively what we need as black people. I need to get on the boat and understand that, figure out something, find another party, pool together, understand this is just a reality, figure this shit out. But just because you black doesn't mean you're a Democrat. You black doesn't mean that you whatever case. Just because you vote Republican doesn't mean that you hate niggas or hate your own people. Just because you Democrat doesn't mean that you ignorant. You don't understand what's going on, how the Republican Party has fucked you over for forever, but too ignorant to realize the Democrat Party was fucking you over at the same time the Republican Party was. It just means that black people feel they have more options now because they're tricked into believing that there's no racism no more, there's no stereotype, there's no more prejudice, and there's less of it in the world, so they feel more comfortable to vote based off of their personal interests, better yet than what's about protecting us as a whole. And I don't think either one of these parties is gonna do it. But y'all need to figure that shit on your own and figure it out. But I love y'all, and I'm gonna let my coach speak on it before we end the podcast. So y'all got anything to add to that on hashtag don't hashtag blame them?
Everybody got the right to vote for whoever they want. I could do the old Trump move and cry foul. Not gonna do it. He won fair and square. That's all to it.
Yeah, no, well said.
Yo, I'm Black V, aka Jay Harris. That's the 80K, aka Grams. That's Godless Reggie, aka the one who's gonna get your pastor up in the middle of the night, pissed off, frustrated, and wonder why the hell you tuning him instead of him. This is Triple A Podcast brought to you by Truth Entertainment Films. Be on the lookout for the Madam President in danger. Don't forget to check us out. The 28th we decided on?
30th.
The 30th. Quad shoot. We're gonna do drop promo for that real soon. Quad studio shooting coming to y'all soon. A special feature length project that we're doing. We want y'all to tune in and understand and get some truth and some understanding of real history, as well as just enjoy the content. I thank y'all. God bless y'all. And if you don't believe in God, then the strength of the universe behind you. We love you. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Salute.